fact that the Sycamore Park District has been around since 1923 and been engaged in every aspect of the community since then is just reason enough to celebrate it.
Sycamore Park District's history directly connects to the organization that's here today. Basically, the community leaders said, we can't stay still. We have to either go forward or we have to go backward. And thankfully, they decided to move forward. They voted and approved the Park District, and they were off and running.
The Park District was pretty much Sycamore Community Park. There was nothing else but the golf course and its surrounding picnic grounds.
Within a few years, they had 250 trees planted. They had a pool, golf course, tennis courts, and trails. So they were off and running once they had the community support.
I think it's really made a difference in our community in lots of ways. And you think about what would this community be like if we didn't have it?
So I think we should celebrate what we've accomplished. Not just that we started with the golf course and built from there, but look at every decade and see how this place has grown.
The Sycamore Park District is what makes our community work well together. It's an opportunity for leisure for all types of groups and for governments to work together, be it the school district, the city, the Forest Preserve District.
The Park District is exciting, it's energizing, and it creates a sense of community.
It's just fun and energetic. I think the staff right now really has their finger on the pulse of what the community is looking for and what they can provide for the community.
Well, I think the Park District's purpose in the community is really well stated in our mission statement. I think the key word there is about connecting.
Connecting people to each other, connecting people to nature, connecting people to fitness activities.
I think people spend time in our parks with family and with friends, with community members, and so it's really connecting people to one another, I think, is a main purpose of the Park District.
And I think the community in itself has a lot of pride in what is here. And I think that's part of the reason that everybody enjoys coming to the Park District.
The amount of recreation that we offer our community is huge for every age. I mean, every age. You get the booklet every quarter and you think, oh my gosh, how can we do all this? And we do it, and it's wonderful.
The parks are beautifully maintained. You know, they look nice. The facilities are beautiful. It just has a feel of there's a lot of pride here.
Whether it's leisurely, coming out to a concert or being active in a sport or just using a trail system on a bike or walking.
You drive by a nice meadow with all kinds of wildflowers in it and you say, that's beautiful. That's the Park District. And so there's a benefit for somebody just driving down the road looking at that.
We brought in a referendum that, with community input, decided this is what Sycamore needed to do.
For me, being a commissioner when that referendum went through and working on the 7 events, as I call them, that we wanted to add, really was a statement of saying we're answering what the community wants.
And they believed in us that we could bring the things they wanted and could provide a park district that they desired and they felt Sycamore needed.
With the new campus that was built with the community center, the splash pad, the dog park all being right here, I think that's really been a new focus for people to gather. And I see that throughout the community at different parks.
Our involvement in the community center project, it was just something that really became important to me as a lifelong resident of Sycamore, as a parent. You know, it just was a project that I knew we had to work on.
The Sycamore Park District has been working with the Kishwaukee Special Rec Association for over 2 decades. Part of the role of the Kishwaukee Special Recreation is to have trained and certified staff in therapeutic recreation. That training helps our staff at the Park District who don't have that training so that we can include everybody and anyone into our programming. One more partner, and that would be the Forest Preserve and our connection of the Great Western Trail. We put up a literacy lane. We have reading boards along the way.
In '96, we started
do the cookies with Santa. We've been doing that for 27 years now with the Park District.
The Kiwanis began in '51 in Sycamore, and we've been involved with all kinds of things in the park. Our most current thing is the sponsoring the splash pad, and we've been real happy with that, and I think it's been very successful here.
I think our main accomplishment was at the Sycamore Grove Tribute to Veterans. We worked with the Park District and the school district and the city. It was all funded by donors and businesses.
When we think of the word collaboration, the Park District and the school district are prime examples of how that works. And a project that surely highlights that would be the trail project at Sycamore Middle School. And the end result, I think, is not just a piece of cement or a trail. You know, the end result is really collaboration at its best.
You know, that collaboration saves taxpayer dollars. So, you know, we're not duplicating services. We're not doing one thing at the school district that then the park district is also doing. You know, we're sharing resources. We're saving, you know, taxpayers and community members here in Sycamore, and it benefits everybody.
Golf course, a staple of the Park District since the 1920s. It's obviously right on Route 64, so it's one of the first things you see when you come into town. It's been a part of the Park District since we started.
This course has stood the test of time. The high schools use it, and they had a golf tournament. Kalen was here, and Sycamore was here, and DeKalb played, and all the local schools, and it was just fun to watch all the young people use the course.
Working at the golf course as a high school student, the biggest day of the year every year would be the chamber golf outing. And so we would have all of the staff would be here, all hands on deck, but we also had time to goof around a little bit when the boss wasn't looking. We had some fun times together.
AYSO soccer, Sycamore Youth Baseball, Sycamore Girls Softball, Kishwaukee Valley Storm Softball. The high school, they use our main baseball field. Those are our main user groups as far as the sports fields. Other groups use them as well.
The 16-unit softball league has been out at the Sycamore Park since 1933. We don't have any fences, so games overlap, and that's what kind of brings the camaraderie of all the teams together because you are in such close quarters with one another. It gives the adults a little bit of time to socialize with their friends and also their families to come out and watch them play.
Sycamore Park District is a big part of why we succeed each year. Having 10 fields that we can play on certainly helps us draw teams. It's a great event. There's thousands of people here.
So just like the last 100 years, we're looking at focusing on what the community is looking for and needs and having those community surveys and focus groups to continue to build what the community is looking for and provide those opportunities for additional memories.
You know, in the next 100 years, we expect to see a lot more facilities to go with the growth of the city.
How to make sure that we have spaces in neighborhoods throughout the town as the town continues to grow. And so we're really excited to be able to continue to offer the things that the park has to offer.
People run for the park board not just because they like to play golf or not just because they have one thing they want to fix, but they see the whole picture of what a park system and a park district can do for the community. And I'm hoping in the next 100 years that they look back and say, well, look what these people provided us with, and let's move forward and continue to provide the community with what they need recreationally.
It just feels like the possibilities are endless right now. With, growth happening all around, we're looking at how we can best, take what we have and elevate it and bring it to the next level for the next generation. There's no limit to where this is going to go.